Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I just wanted to show you some of the things that I just recently got from an antique store in my area. They are starting to open up again. So of course I jumped right on that as soon as I saw that they were open. And I also wanted to share with you just a couple of other things that I have ordered online. I know it's been a while since I've done a thrift store haul, and I just thought it would be fun to share some of this stuff with you guys. So let's get started. So just recently, like I said, I went to an antique store, and it looks like they have like replenished all of their stuff. Like at some point you go to an antique store so often that you see the same stuff over and over again. So I went to this one booth and I ended up getting all of these really lovely laces. So they're all individually packed in here, but there's lots of like little eyelet trim, and this is like a little baby eyelet trim, which I thought was really cute, and it was only 50 cents. So like that. She had lots of eyelet, which typically is more expensive than regular lace. And this is all vintage. It's just so pretty. So I picked up several of these. It was hard making a decision on these for sure. This is actually a Christmas lace, but I picked it up because I think I can use it obviously during Christmas time. And then this one is like almost grayish lace. Really pretty laces. And this one here as well, which I'm not gonna undo it, but I'll just try to show you here. So I got those, and then this is a ribbon of some sort, and I'm thinking that I might do like a vintage ribbon or trim printable or whatever. So that's kind of my plan for that in the future, but never have enough lace in my opinion. So that's that. And then along with the lace, I also picked up a couple of fabrics. This is like a baby fabric, which is really cute. And then this one, I don't know, it just spoke to me for some reason, so I picked this up as well. So that was all from one booth. And then on the same day, I picked up a couple more things. This is like a ribbon of flowers, I guess. I don't know what you would call this, but I thought that this would be really cool to kind of just cut the little flowers apart and use them to embellish something, or I could just use this whole strip. It's really pretty as well. So that was my thinking with that. And then I also picked up this whole little pack of paper doilies. So there's all different kinds in here. And some of these are really pretty doilies. And then some little ones in a pack that hasn't even been opened yet. So lots of paper doilies, just more stuff to embellish with in the future. Okay, and then I also picked up a few doilies. I really picked this up just because I thought it was so beautiful. But I think that I might put this on a journal cover or something in the future. But I'm kind of a collector, so we'll see what happens with this. May not ever do anything with it. I might just use it, I don't know. And then I also picked up this set of 3 doilies, which are like a beautiful vintagey, like cream color. I'm not sure what I'm doing with those yet either, but I have them. And then this is a hanky that I just thought was gorgeous, and it has like, I don't know if you can see it in the camera or not, but it has like a print, like a very faint print. And then it also has this beautiful embroidery on the edges, on all 4 edges. So this one may end up being a printable in my shop as well, if I can pick up the subtle prints in it, then I'll be really happy with that. And then I also picked up just a couple of little things. I have one of these stereo cards, I think they're called. And this one just has a really cool font and really pretty imagery on it. So I picked that up. And then I also got 2 of these tags. This lady makes these tags and sells them, and I don't think that it would be that difficult for me to print something on a tag, but I just think her tags are so pretty, and that's the back of them. So I picked these up as well. I actually have a plan for these already, so yeah, I'm excited about those. And then I also got this little pack, and this is like a mixed media pack, but this lady puts them together, and I think that her little mixed media packs are super cute. And I especially wanted this one because it has this tatting in it, and I don't know if you have ever looked up tatting and like trying to find tatting, but for one, it is like extremely expensive, and for 2, it's really hard to come by like just a decent amount of tatting. So this is all I could get, but it is really pretty, and I think it's a lost art. And then it also comes with a couple buttons, a couple little pictures. These are like some clippings out of a paper or something, and then there's like a little envelope and a little burlap heart. So I thought this was really cute. So I went ahead and picked this little mixed media pack up, and I will definitely be using this stuff to embellish some goodies in the future. So that's that. I also visited an antique shop in South Georgia. I went to visit my grandfather, who has a farm in South Georgia, and we went to Plains, Georgia, which is apparently where Jimmy Carter is from, and I don't know much more than that, but we went to like this little gift shop, and I got these are just like some other little envelopes, and I thought that this was like $1 for all of these envelopes, so I picked these up, and I figured I could probably decorate the front or something like that and make these pretty. Excuse my dog, he's upset with me because I put him in his cage for this video. But otherwise you'll hear him running around and his collar will be rattling and it'll be really annoying, so I apologize. And then at that same antique store I picked up this fabric, which is almost like a yard of fabric, and I just thought it was really cool looking, and I like the blues and greens in it, so I went ahead and picked this up, and I think it was like $2 for this. So got that as well. And then I also picked up this photo album, and I know it's grungy and it is it's a little it's seen better days for sure. I picked it up mainly because I love the cover, and I thought that I could possibly repurpose this cover into a book cover or something like that. And then on the inside, it has like this really beautiful front cover page. And then all of the photo album pages, I was thinking that I could just like cut them and use individual photo mats in my journals. So there's a ton of them in here. There weren't any photos, so unfortunately I didn't get any bonus photos with this, but it is a really cool photo album. So I'm definitely looking forward to using this in the future and seeing what I can do with that. So I also picked up this bag of stamps, which I probably didn't need, but I picked them up anyway because these are like the coolest stamps I've ever seen. And I'm just gonna kind of give you a glimpse of them, but they're from all different countries and they're so cool looking. So I think I got this for like $6 or $7 at that thrift store in South Georgia as well. And I am just so excited about these. I don't know what I'm going to use them for, but I'm just going to stick them to everything. And so that's that for the antique stuff. However, I have been ordering some goodies online, which I thought that maybe I would go ahead and show you some of that as well. So just recently I went to Tuesday morning and I picked up this pack of fabric, which I have recently discovered is actually prints from some Tim Holtz paper, and I think I can actually show it to you. So it's actually, some of these are actually prints from this paper pack. So for example, this print here, I have here, and then this print is also in this book, and let me see if I can find it. This print here, and then there's several others. So I just recently discovered that this is actually this, but that's also really cool. So I officially have some Tim Holtz fabric and I'm super excited about that. And this just came in a little kit, and I think it was on sale. I'm not sure, but I don't normally buy fabric from Tuesday Morning because they want a lot of money for their fabric, and it's just like these little squares. It's not, you know, a whole roll or anything. But I had to get this mainly because I saw this typewriter fabric and I was like, I have to have this. So I picked this up from Tuesday Morning, and I also picked up a couple of other things. There's a couple paper pads that I picked up. This is like a really colorful paper pad, and I love this. I am kind of thinking I'm going to use this in like my art journal or something like that, just because it's very, very colorful. So I'm really excited about using that. And then I also got this paper pad, which is just single-sided, but it has like little recipe cards in it, super cute. Papers and cut aparts and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to using that as well. And then I also got these rub-ons. These are Tim Holtz rub-ons, which I have never seen before, but this is cool. This just keeps me from having to buy 1,000 stamps because I'm currently trying to use my stamps, and I'm actually going to show you what I'm doing because I know I've been kind of MIA lately, but this is really cool, and I can definitely use those. And then I also found these little metal pieces, and I have been making several things, which I'll show you in a minute, that I can use these for. So I'm really excited about using those. And then I also stopped at Hobby Lobby. They're literally like right next to each other. And so I stopped at Hobby Lobby as well, and I picked up this really pretty fabric here, which has like lots of really cool floral prints. And then this fabric here, which is just like a vintagey green and cream color. So that's that. And then I also ordered some fabrics online. I'm using up a lot of fabric. I've been using up a lot of my fabric lately, mainly because I haven't really been able to get out and go shopping and get new things. So I've been trying to use the things that I have. So these were just really pretty fabrics that I picked up from a shop on Etsy, and I can't for the life of me think of the shop name, but these were just really beautiful and they all went together beautifully. So really love these fabrics, and I'm going to have a hard time using them, but they are just scraps, as you can see. So maybe it won't be so difficult. I don't know. I just love them so much. I'm obsessed with them right now, and I might just hoard them for a second until I decide that they are taking up too much space. So that's those fabrics. And then I also ordered from Junk Sisters journals on Etsy, and this is just like a lace scrap pack. So this actually tied up the package, but obviously I'm gonna keep it. And then these pieces are just gorgeous pieces and obviously perfect for junk journaling. So I might end up hoarding these as well, but maybe not for long, because I just want to use them. So like I said, they're just snippets of pieces, you know, like offcuts from pieces that they were working on. So obviously this pack was a little bit cheaper than, you know, going out and buying all of this beautiful fabric. But I can certainly use these pieces in my journals in the future. So that is what I got from that Etsy store, and I'll link the Etsy stores that I got the fabric and the lace in the description box, so you can take a look for yourself, because I believe they have similar sets, and or maybe something else that you might be interested in. So I will definitely link those in the description box so you can see them. So that is what I got from that shop. And then the last shop that I have visited recently is called BohoEmbellishments, which I will also link in the description box if you're interested. And she sent me some of the most gorgeous fabrics, and these are also little scraps of like really beautiful embroidered beaded fabrics that I plan on using in the future. Maybe, if I don't hoard them. Fabrics are hard for me to not hoard because they're so beautiful. And these are really cool. So like I said, I will link all three of those Etsy stores in the description box just so you can go check them out for yourself. I think she has a larger pack of these fabrics in her shop as well, or maybe a smaller pack, I'm not sure. I think this was the pack of 30. And these are just like little small bits, but this is just enough fabric for me to use, and then I don't end up having a ton of fabric that I just don't want to use because it's you know, I don't want to use the same fabric over and over. So I end up with a lot of fabric that I just won't do anything with. And so this kind of prevents me from that. I can just get little scraps and use these in journals. I don't like straight cut things anyway, so this is perfect. So this is actually quite a large pack, and she threw in a few extras as well. So pretty. So that is that. And that is all the fabric, believe it or not. And then just the last couple of things that I wanted to show you are some things that I got from Amazon. These are, there's 3 different types of paper that I have here. This one is like a handmade paper, and it has like really pretty like dyed leaves in it, I guess. I am really obsessed with this paper. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it, but I think it is really, really cool. And they're all different. Every page is slightly different, whether that be color or the type of leaf that's in the paper. I really like this. So it came with like 25 maybe, or 30. I've already used a couple of them in my personal journal because I love them. And I also got some, this is rice paper, and it is also has like leaves and things in it. But these are all very similar to each other. So rice paper is like thin, almost like decoupage paper. It's like really thin, and it's really nice when you decoupage it on a page. And so I didn't have any rice paper, and I really wanted some, and I just found this, and it had leaves in it, so I'm kind of having a moment right now with leafy paper. I don't know why, but I really like this as well. And like I said, these came from Amazon, and so did this, and this is my baby. This is one of the millions of Pepin gift, it's almost like gift wrap paper, but it's thick enough that I could use it in a journal as well. So it's this whole book of William Morris designed paper. This literally unfolds like 6 times, and I'm not gonna show you that, but no, 4 times, but still. See that? All that? That's like, I don't know, 8 journals right there. Just on one page, one pattern. And these were my favorite, so I got this book. They're like $15 each, so I didn't want to go crazy, but there's like several, like a ton of different patterns and styles. So some of these are just gorgeous, and some of them have like a different texture. These are more like paper, and the ones in the front are more glossy, like gift wrap. But I don't care, I'm gonna use them all in my journal anyway. So this is the one I got, and like I said, there's tons more, but this is my baby, and it will take me a long time to actually tear this apart and get into it. Maybe not. I'm gonna try not to hoard all of this new stuff, but I'm not making any promises. So that is it for the thrift store stuff, but I did want to show you this drawer full of stuff that I have been creating. Okay, so I I made these like these little envelopes out of a book page and fabric, and I didn't like these so much because I just don't like the pattern. So I decided to use these as storage for some of my other things that I've been making. So down here I've got some die cuts. Let's see, under here I have some handmade paper, or I guess you'd call this faux handmade paper, which I think is pretty cool looking. But I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this just yet. But I actually got this idea from Treasure Books on YouTube. And if you haven't seen her channel, you should definitely go check her out. She is based in Australia. And okay, so let me try to explain what's going on here, because this is what I've been up to for the past several weeks. I've been trying to use up as many scraps as possible. So in all of these fabrics, or all of these fabric envelopes are all just made from scrap fabric. And then in each one I have different things. So I have like some journaling cards that I've made. So those are journaling cards, and then let's see what else I have in here. And then I also have, I made some faux stamps. I'll show you that real quick. These are just like little, I made them into what looks like stamps. And then this is my envelope for boho beads, but I only have one in there right now, currently. But I'm working on them as well. And then I have some large paper clips. So these just attach, let me get a piece of paper so I can show you. These just attach just like this onto the side of your journal or whatever. And yeah, just little paper clips. And I've made a ton of them. Because this is really fun to make, by the way. This is like just a little fabric cluster paper clip, and another one of the fabric clusters there. So that's what I have in there. And then I have more in here. So I've just, I've made these in several different ways, but they're all capable of clipping onto the side of a journal or whatever you want to do with them. So I love these. These are so pretty to me. And I've also made some smaller little paper clips. Some of them are beaded, obviously. And these also just clip onto the side of your journal. And the clips do work. Maybe not on here, but so all kinds of goodies in here. So that's the small clips, and then I just pulled this one out. I'll show you what's in here. These are like little banner paper clips, and these also work. You can clip them onto the side of your journal. So I have several of those as well. And then I have some clusters in here that I haven't done anything with. Just using up some of my little scrap fabric, scrap paper, whatever I feel like I want to put on there. And then I have all of these. Let me shift you over. I have all of these paper scrap rolls. So this one's in pinks and purples. And then I have some in browns and blacks. And then have some in like oranges and reds and browns. And then I also have some in blues and greens. So I had a ton of scrap paper, obviously. These are blues and purples. And so I've been trying to find a way to use up all of my scrap paper, or at least a lot of it. it's been a work in progress, but I've done a lot of work. Obviously, I look at it now and I'm like, well, I've done quite well. These are fabric scraps that I had in like strips, just like offcuts, and so I just ruffled them, and I could like put a button on here and just use it as, you know, snip off a little piece and use it as decoration in a journal or something like that. And there's lots of those in here as well. So that's what all of this jumble is here. And then I also have several fabric snippet rolls. So this is one of them. And then this one is kind of cool. This one has like little trinkets on it here and there. And so this is actually what I was going to use the Tim Holtz metal embellishments on, something like this. And excuse my cat, she's meowing at the door because she wants to get out. Everybody's going crazy now. So over here, real quick, are a lot of paper ruffle rolls. And I actually used one of these in my last, or one of my last Junk Journal With Me videos, but it's just this. It's just, I've just taken 2 pieces of paper strips and I've just ruffled them and sewn them together. So I have, oh, so many of those at this time. And then I also have some envelopes that I really do want to sell or do something with. And I've made these. These are fabric covered envelopes that I've just embellished with like a little paper cluster or fabric cluster, or some of them I've put little buttons on. And all of these, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with them yet. I'm still kind of working out the details at the moment. Used a couple of the fabric ruffles on some of them. Used a faux stamp on some of them. Just tried to use up some of the little embellishments. Just tried to use up some of the embellishments that I created on some of these. So I have a ton of these as well. I am also currently working on some tags. I've got a couple tags here that I have finished, and then lots of tags that I have not finished. So slowly working on all of this stuff at the same time. And then I also have some of these playing cards, which you may have seen in one of my Junk Journal With Me videos. These are just made to look vintage, but I want to do something with them. They're all, you know, I've done this to this side, whoops, but I still want to embellish them and make them pretty, so I haven't gotten to that quite yet, but we will get there in the future. And so I have also played with my embossing machine quite a bit lately, and I have made these really pretty embossed envelopes, which could be used in a journal or whatever. I've just distressed the edges on these, but I still want to embellish these as well. So trying to use up some of my envelopes and also play with my embossing machine because I rarely do that. So I have those. I've just been like in a creating frenzy lately. So this is madness, I know, but I will figure out what I'm gonna do with all this soon enough, hopefully. At the moment, I'm like, I don't know if I should sell things individually or if I should sell things like in a kit. I don't know, you tell me. Would you prefer to have like an embellishment kit where you can have several things that look nice together and put them in your journal, or would you rather have several of one thing, or, you know, be able to buy like a yard of paper ruffle roll or fabric roll or whatever? I don't know. I'm still trying to work out the kinks of my plan. I didn't really go into this with a plan. I was just like, I'm gonna use up my scraps, I swear. So speaking of using up scraps, one of the big things that I have a lot of are book pages. So I have made a ton of book page pockets. Some of them are quite different. I got a lot of the ideas from Patricia on YouTube. I can't pronounce her last name, so I'm just gonna say Patricia. But some of them I came up with on my own. And I don't know if they're original or not, but they're original to me, for sure. So some of them open up, and this one's like a trifold, so yeah. So this is all, these all need to be embellished still, and I have like literally been panicking to try to finish all this up, and I don't even know why, because, you know, I don't even know what I'm gonna do with it yet. So if you have any ideas on what I could possibly do with all of these embellishments other than just put them in a journal, because obviously I could do that, I would just be holding on to this stuff for a very long time, then, you know, let me know. But anyway, that is really it, I swear. And it's just been nice to get back on YouTube and talk to you guys. I know it's been a while. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope that you are all doing well. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.